do want to mention two very big projects we're working on downtown. 7 World Trade Center has a number of things I'd like to talk to you about. I'm going to touch on probably only 3. Probably, in my opinion, the biggest benefit, incredibly significant benefits this building took as it started to develop, was a way of thinking about urban design, the stature of this building, in such that we can ensure that neighborhoods can be stitched back together, that pathways can be reformed, that communities can be brought back together after the tragedies of 9/11. As you know, Greenwich Street, one of the most fundamental Lower Manhattan historical avenues, was obliterated in the original design of the World Trade Center, the 7 World Trade Center. The original 7 actually was built right across that pathway, and well before the competition for the World Trade Center site was actually underway or completed, we thought, what an opportunity with a reconfigured floor plate to bring Greenwich Street back through across this site, and hopefully by doing so ensure that it went back through the World Trade Center site at large. We also realized by reducing the floor plate that we could create open space, a gateway to the World Trade Center complex to the south. A montage showing the old 7 World Trade Center, and a rendering showing the new proposal. Now, there aren't any check boxes for this. This fundamental urban design strategy, I think you could argue, though, is probably the most significant contribution to the urban environment that we could make with this project. The project, as you have seen, as you walked around outside, is really characterized by its facade, forcing glazing, low-E coatings. Glazings every year change phenomenally in terms of their technology. We've been able to keep this building light in appearance and also light for views out. No dark sunglasses here for people looking out. At the same time, because of these new technologies in glazing, we can reject over 70% of the heat just through film technologies. So, whereas 20 years ago this building might have been a black box, today it's a very ephemeral and very light facade. From the interior, we've actually added a zone of gray ceramic trit up high out of the view area to further reduce the heat gain. And this facade, even with 45-foot floor depth, facade to core, 45 feet, even with that depth, we meet daylighting requirement of 2% daylighting factor over 75% of the floor area. Pretty mean feat given the depth of typical commercial office space. One technology, again, small but significant, that we utilized is we are actually capturing 100% of the rainwater falling upon the roof, storing it in tanks at the roof, and then as needed, those tanks release their water and are used for all the water needs down in the open space in the park. There's no pumps, there's no municipal water, there's no wastewater, just gravity and rain. Again, small feats. The park itself, designed by Ken Smith, will feature an array of plantings, textures, deciduous trees by summer, bright lighting shading, fountains, water features to provide some acoustical control. In winter, fountains can become the site of a changing art venue. Again, through these little spaces, I think we're going to find that we start to do some healing downtown and start to bring people back together. The project is committed to purchasing 100% of its energy from green power sources, whether outstate or elsewhere. Maybe some of you have heard some of the innovation it has undertaken for low sulfur fuels used for construction and particulate filters on all construction equipment, reducing manifold weight pollution during construction. mention one more technology, probably one of the more unique features of this building is we've actually included steam-driven reducing microturbines. That's a mouthful. What the heck does that mean? Well, usually Con Ed steam, when you bring it into a building, has to be reduced in pressure, safety reasons and some cost reasons of having high pressure steam in your building. Well, ourselves, JV&B, our mechanical engineers, worked with Carrier to actually develop a device that would take that steam pressure, reduce it, but in doing so, we generate electricity. Pretty simple toy, but a toy that actually produces about 200 kilowatts of electricity, enough to light 200 homes. So, a piece of city infrastructure, Con Ed steam, had some excess capacity in it that no one was using. And for this building, we found a way to exploit that. Again, small things.